Hey everyone, this is a new series that I'm starting, but that isn't all that important, so let's just get into it. First thing up is the addition of something called net_chan_limit_imsec. Apparently this limits the amount of packets that a person can send into a server, with the goal to limit people from being able to force servers to lag. Think of this as a form of DDoS protection on a server. And hopefully going forward, we'll see a lot less of getting randomly lagged out of matches because a bot decided to join. Next is that they fixed lag compensation for when you hit your teammate with a melee weapon, which basically allows people using melee weapons such as the disciplinary action to be able to give that speed boost to teammates far more consistently. After that, they allowed for jiggle physics to activate on the loadout screen, so I guess you can see how jiggly your items are now. Now for possibly the biggest thing in this update, they did it. They finally did it. They finally got around to fixing the Iron Bomber's hitbox. If you don't already know, before this update, the Iron Bomber's projectile that it fired was about twice as large as the regular pill that all the other launchers fire, which was really frustrating to play against, as it made the Iron Bomber arguably a direct upgrade to stock, as it made hitting shots almost as easy as the lock and load. You know, it kind of feels pretty good seeing 8-year-old issues finally being solved. Finally, mat_picmip allows for far more detailed textures, making the game look a lot less dated, and makes me pretty happy because now we get to see the textures the way that they were meant to be shown all these years later. But this is a good time to mention that I have a few speculations for the reasons for some of these changes, but firstly I just want to say that I'm entirely proud of the community for rallying together about a month ago with the whole hashtag save TF2 thing and getting the word past just the active community about the crises that have been plaguing TF2 for years now, mostly the lack of updates. Without that hashtag and the push from both the community and even some of the voice actors who previously had no idea what was going on to the game, I truly believe that these updates would have never came out, or at least not in the timely fashion that they did. But that being said, I do have a big speculation based off the recent updates. It seems to be that the TF team over at Valve is getting a lot more much needed support, and are finally getting to bugs that have existed for like half as long as I've been alive. But with the updates to the textures like previously mentioned, I believe that this is the team just saying that what is there, and that they are not working on remastering TF2 and getting it ready for something such as changing the game engine to Source 2, which has been long speculated. Because if you're about to remaster a game, it wouldn't make sense to waste effort on changing the resolution of textures and fixing a bug around low FPS skeletons in a version that's just about to be canned anyway. I would really like to see what the rest of the community has to say about this in the comment section, hopefully, boost the algorithm. But again, this is purely speculation on my part, and I have no inside information pointing one way or another. Another possibly cool thing to briefly mention is that this could very well mean that they are working on a major update, and that these smaller additions that have been going on for the past couple weeks now are just being added right now so they don't have to overly inflate the list of additions and tweaks in a larger update, and so they can easily find problems if these additions break the game, which they did, and then they fixed it the following day. But personally, if you ask me, I think we are a good ways away from having an actual major update, especially something on par as the multi-day event as Jungle Inferno was years ago. And I think we should just count ourselves lucky that we are getting these smaller, more consistent updates, as they do add to the game in a pretty significant way. And of course, they also updated localization files. Alright, that's the end of the video. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm really close to hitting 1,000 subscribers, and I just think that would be pretty cool to hit, so thank you. Until next update, this has been your update.